What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and today, my friends, we have the Weekend League recap, and it was explosive, dynamic, goals were scored. And if you want to see the tactics and a little more in-depth breakdown with player comparisons, drop a like on this video. I'll bring that out Thursday. We're seeing eye to eye, and we should really just drop some love for Lewandowski. He no longer needs to do TikToks. This 99 is confirmed. Just wait for it. New release, brand spanking new, almost sold out. ASAP, 20% off. You see the front joint, you're saying yes. Do you see the back though? Like I said, this collection is almost completely sold out. Not gonna hold you. Let's talk about the squad. Lewandowski on screen. It's green on green on green. But this blue, this release, this man scored 50 goals and had 14 assists in 29 games because I finished 25-4, and that's another story. We're going to review the stats. In fact, let me give you the full stats. We have a new spreadsheet for this past Weekend League. Bada bing, bada boom. You see the domination. 50 goals, 14 assists. How we lost 4 matches when you score 90 goals and only concede 19, beyond me. Averaging 3.1 goals per game, 0.6 conceded. Most weekends this would be Elite 1. On a weekend that it went your way, the ball swung for you, FIFA gods were on your side, this is a potential top 100 weekend. I'm just saying. I was so unlucky on a couple of these games. Right here, these 2 losses. 2-1 loss. 3 times I hit the post. All would have put me ahead. 1-1 penalty kicks. Hold the ball. Pass it side to side. Made 1 chance on a rebound. And in penalty kicks, I went the right way. Multiple occasions. I go right. He goes left. It hits the post. You might have to freeze frame this and enlarge it. But if you're on the live stream, you know we get busy with the stats. Back to Lewandowski. Did he feel clunky? No. Was he better than Suarez? Also known as Suarez, who I was extremely impressed with last weekend. Lewandowski was a little better. Gave you those skill moves. How can I argue against the man that scores 50 goals? He had 64 contributions in 29 games. I've never had efficiency like that. And some of you will say, Mike, didn't he have 10 or 12 goals in 1 game? Sure, he did. Either way, he would have been a 40 in 14 if you take that away. You want to subtract that. You want to discredit when my opponent should have rage quit out of the game and he chose not to. I'm okay with that. That's fine. But his numbers, they're undeniable. They're easy to measure. And it's just the quality of the goals. Don't believe me? We put together a little 2-minute 50 of 50. Marco Royce. And he's going to be a little overshadowed. We just talked about Lewandowski. Someone had to provide. Someone had to assist. Someone had to be his partner in crime. Remember, we're playing a 4-4-2. Royce felt good. Movement was there. This is the Bundesliga partnership you've always wanted. And the way that they were able to do it, some of the passing between the 2 of these guys back and forth was incredible. Picking out through balls or chip through balls or even just clever turns. They almost had an intimate relationship. They were always on the same page, in tune. And in a different weekend, Royce might score the 20 goals or the 30 goals. This just was all about the Lewandowski show. From a trait perspective, having the outside of the boot shot taking capability trait, I cannot stress the importance of being able to score that goal with consistency. Royce did it. Lewandowski did it. Fekir did it. It just allows you to generate a little more power, a little more oomph from certain angles on the virtual pitch. It's needed. It's necessary. It gives you an edge. And if you have questions, please use the comments about any of the players, about the team in general, stats, everything. I will go back and forth with you. We can have that discussion point. Many of you may wonder, is Marco Royce worth the price? Is he still considered in your upper echelon of a ranking video? If you saw the Bundesliga rankings, I went through every single player. Yes, absolutely. If you didn't have Lewandowski, Royce would stand out a lot more on his own. In fact, abso-freaking-lutely. Hey, Fekir, untradeable. I want to lead with that inclusion or that bit of information because I don't know that I love him at 500 or 600,000 coins, but he was never a liability. I was extremely impressed with his pace and his turns. The 99 balance statistic is real. However, 96 strength is not. You can't expect 5'8", 135 pounds to be Akinfenwa. It's not possible. At some point, the build gives you physical restrictions or limitations on the virtual pitch. He's not made to be able to shove people around. He doesn't have those wide shoulders. He's not thick with a couple C's. That's not Fekir. He had 6 goals, 3 assists, nothing from a statistic statistical standout that's going to jump off the page. And he was brought into this squad as a filler, as a role player. If you watch The Last Dance, this is Steve Kerr. He's got to give the ball to Marco Royce, give the ball to Lewandowski, give the ball to even Griezmann on the other end of the pitch. He's not meant to be a star player. My expectations are, can you fill this role? If not, I have super substitutions that can definitely come in at halftime and they're able to get the job done. But because he was free, I needed him in the squad, brought together the chemistry, and it worked out perfectly this weekend. FUT birthday Griezmann. I just want to take a moment to gloat. I talked about team of the season Griezmann when he first came out, when he was released, when he was on the market. I said, don't worry about the statistical increases on that foot item. You need the weak foot. That has always been Achilles heel for Griezmann, his downfall, what makes us skeptical about spending real coins. And now at this point, FUT birthday is more expensive than the team of the season, and it wasn't even close when they dropped. And I said this was going to happen. He's better not just as a center mid, an attacking mid, a striker, basically in the middle of the pitch, but as a winger, he is still better. You're not always going to break for counterattacks, especially not versus better oppositions. You need that build up. If you build up this Griezmann, versatility wise, different level. Then your opponent's used to instinctively defending against Griezmann and covering up his left foot. So when you use a drag back and you get it back on his right, and you smash that on the near post, you open up your body for a finesse shot, your opposition says, oh no, I forgot. This Griezmann's different. He's built a little bit different. He doesn't have a weakness. Some will say on the wing, he's not fast enough. You're trading the technique for a little bit of a pace downgrade, but we're acting like he's slow. 93 agility, 85 bounce, 87 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. If you throw the correct chem style on him, you get a little bit of a bumper. I'm using Hawk. Some of you may be using Hunter. Just depends if you had one of those in your back pocket or if you're going to spend the additional, is it 20,000 coins at this point? Some of these chem styles, who decided these price points? Had 10 goals, 7 assists, so 17 contributions from a position that many of you said he could not play, he would not play, and he's clutch. Big goals, big moments, reliable, accountable, certifiable. I appreciate you. Here we are, Kimmich. Big question mark this week, and I wanted to experiment. I said early on, I feel that he's gonna be top tier regardless, or God tier, the highest tier, but I know many were worried because of his work rates. Now, with high-low work rates, do you get less consistency with positioning? That's true, but offensively, the way that he leaks forward, he gives you another attacker who often joins that same offensive counter or even a delayed counterattack just with perfecto timing. Scored 6 goals, had 10 assists. He paired well with De Jong. I had De Jong at stay back where I had Kimmich unbalanced. And I feel very strongly if you play with 2 center mids, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, at least one of those guys has to push forward, has to find the gaps, has to be able to penetrate the midfield or the defense, even if they are a dummy run. You have to have some fluidity with your movement, and especially in delay games, I often struggle getting through somebody's midfield. I can't trigger every single run, and Kimmich does that job. I'm very happy with his performance. I enjoyed using him, and it's not as if he didn't play defense or he didn't chase back. It's just not going to be that same reliable Vieira type of positioning. 2 thumbs up for Kimmich. Frankie De Jong. Happy to have gotten this man in my player picks. Last week we purchased him. We did it the old-fashioned way. He's one of those joys to use in the midfield. He's capable of playing every single role. Decent size, extremely fast, has skill moves, can score goals, can sit on top of the back line. He's naturally a holding mid. And I'm talking about work rates here. Medium, high. He plays defense first. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but if you had any question marks about De Jong, he's one of the safest pickups. Put your FIFA hope and your FIFA dreams in De Jong's hands. Robertson, and we talked about him a lot last week. Still one of the most underrated, underappreciated, underused, team of the year, team of the season, whatever it may be. No liabilities. Defense, remember I only conceded 19 goals. So what I was doing here clearly worked. I'll tell any of you at home, even if you struggle offensively, you only concede 19 goals in a weekend league, I guarantee every matchup you played, or at least almost every matchup, was competitive. You had a chance to win. And for sure you were victorious in the majority. Virgil Van Dijk, standard gold foot item. still being Virgil. Has a presence that's different than other defenders. It might be time for us to make that 99 market pickup. Sergio Ramos. Wow. I don't know if it gets much better than what Team of the Season Sergio Ramos gives you. He's better than his 93, the right back variation. You might question, well, shouldn't he be? He's higher rated. I'm just confirming it for you. If you play aggressively, if you take chances, if you like risk in your defense, there is not a better center back than Sergio Ramos. And I could argue top 5 center backs in the game pretty easily. His movement and the way that Ramos can step into passing lanes or anticipate turns or shut down premium attackers, especially in 50-50s. I don't know if Ramos would be as dangerous or deadly for you if you're just going to sit back passively, but if you are a manual defender and you like to shift left and right and step forward, offside trap, all the above, you want to keep things up tempo, this is your guy. This should be your main man. Right back Carvajal. I just got to give him a hand clap. Just got to give him a hand clap. This was a question mark for me. I made a La Liga video ranking everyone. I didn't rank Carvajal poorly, but I said, his pace and his strength are going to be the keys to this FUT item actually being valuable or weekend league approved, mainly because he has one of those small builds similar to Fekir. You can't change that. He's not going to grow or get wider even if his statistical allocation improves, but he has the pace. He can keep up with anyone, and more importantly, when he does recover, you can push him around. You can give him a little bit of a shove. You go shoulder to shoulder, because that's where I was just getting dominated with past iterations of Carvajal, is when he goes up against Ronaldo, R9, Eusebio, Cruyff, to go with a number of other FUT items that you constantly see that are reoccurring in the attack. It wasn't a good matchup for me. I said I was thinking about replacing Van der Sar. This past weekend, he did his job well. If you watch the games, then you know firsthand. I still think I'm going to try out a new goalkeeper soon, but this past weekend, Van der Sar did his thing. Thanks again for watching, my beautiful people. Let me know in the comments what you think about everything that's been happening. Make sure to drop a thumbs up if you want the tactics and the more hands-on breakdown of everything with the squad and some of the player comparisons and just some different details that weren't included in this video. And I'll have a lot more content come for you ASAP.
For all the years we got dogged out, for all the years we got talked about. Pop a bottle, pour more out. Paper boy, I need more routes. Woke up, drunk as fuck in the Madrian, kicking whores out. Dot not signing on the dotted line unless I check, put my mama in a dream house. Flow dope, brought them fiends out. Every verse is OD now. Hook game, I brought Kareem out. Strategy, I brought them plans out. Built a buzz and brought them fans out. Bad bitches and they friends out. Damn, Daniel brought them vans out. Uncle Sonny brought them grams out. In the club, we bringin' champ out. I told Sean he the man now. I told X we them niggas now. Shit is easy, got it figured out. Niggas still tryna figure out how we did it now, how we get it now, how we living now. Niggas simmer down, niggas sit it down. New kid in town, new kid in town, king in town. Nigga, give me crowns. Nigga, give me space. Nigga, give me mine. New kid in town. New king in town. Nigga, give me crowns. Nigga, give me space. Nigga, give me mine. New kid in town. New king in town. I'm in a good mood. They can't bring me down. Gotta stay afloat. Can't sink or drown. Say a nigga got a little genius in him. I'm intriguing to them. They wanna know what I'm thinking now. Lot of people that I used to know. We strangers now. It's amazing how life change around. Some people stay the same. Some people make their way. I'm a leader. I paved the way. I saved the day. For you make a complaint, make sure that you pray today. Everything will be A-okay. If we worry about you and fuck what a hater say. What a hater do. Real niggas who I cater to. Hit a lot of bad ones, I could name a few, but that ain't the move, that's what we ain't gonna do. I like the rendezvous, I spoke them all too. Got an attitude when I'm not paid in full. Need my cut off top, I need a crown or two. If I'm not making moves, then I'm uncomfortable. I really hustle, dude, I'm not a huxtable. Put that crown on my head and I looked in the mirror. And I said to myself, nobody fucking with you. New kid in town, king in town, nigga, give me crowns. Nigga, give me space, nigga, give me mine. New kid in town, new king in town. Nigga, give me crowns, nigga, give me space. Nigga, give me mine. New kid in town, new king in town. New kid in town.